Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Before I start, please join me tonight, Monday through Thursday, from 8 to 10 for My Fund of Futures. We cover oil, gold, S&Ps, silver, and NASDAQ futures. All right, so join us here, My Fund of Futures YouTube and SK Trading YouTube. Also, if you like a 5-day free trial to my live stream every day, Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4, please text me your full name and email, and I'll send you out a free link to join. Okay? All right. Today, great day. We saw the S&Ps early in the morning trade 72.14, then trade up to 72.82 before closing around the 72.26, but trading as low as 72.08. A couple of tweets here about the war. Markets didn't like that, but still, the Nasdaq down 80, less than 0.4%. S&Ps down less than 0.5%. Dow down a little more than 1%, and the Russell down less than 0.6%. So the title today is how do you trade the sequences after the conditions are met? Meaning, once we have the conditions met, what do you do next? So today we got big sell reversals on the 60-minute time frame on the spiders right here, and I'll show it to you. All right, and then the way the patterns are architected, right? You got the 60-minute reversing to sell right here, and then what do you look to do? Well, you short the first bounce right here on the 15-minute time frame. This is at 10:45. Well, this actually happened at around 12:30. So 12:30, you got the first push up right here. Now, when you got that push up on the 15-minute time frame earlier here, this was earlier in the morning, right here, you can see the push up into the negative MACDs. So the MACDs were negative on the 15 to 30 and the 60-minute time frames. But then when the 60 reverses to sell, you look to short the first bounce on the 15 we got right here, and then the 15 and the 30 right here, and then you can see the significant drop here. So the S&Ps dropped on the first one from here, 1864 down about 10, and the second one 19 on the spiders all the way down, so it dropped about 21 22 on the S&Ps. Really great pattern. The GLDs again reversing to sell on the 60-minute time frame. So that really put gold in a tailspin. The MACDs are negative below the pivot. And what do you look to do? Well, you short the first bounce here on the 15, right around here at 145. And you can see the drop here on the gold, 416, and gold dropped about 18. And then the second drop right here, 415.74. Gold dropped roughly about 16 afterwards. So again, once you start seeing the conditions line up into a negative trend, then the sequence is what follows. You short the first bounce on the 5-minute, the second bounce on the 5 and the 15, the third bounce on the 15 and 30-minute time frame, and the fourth bounce, the 30 and the 60-minute time frame. So really great pattern there. Look at USOs today reversing. This is the inverse. The USOs reversed to buy here. Now, one thing I want to show you, this and Bitcoin had the identical same pattern, okay? When the algorithm reverses to buy on indicator 4 on the 60-minute time frame, the MACDs are negative above my pivot line right here, above my pivot line. So what do you look to do? You take the short here, you keep shorting here, right? That's exactly what we did. We waited for a pullback on the 15-minute time frame, and we got it right here. And then at 2:15, we got the buy because now the 60-minute reversed to buy and it correlated with its 30 and 15-minute time frame, and then you wait for the oversold condition, and you can see here 146.74. Boom, ran oil ran $1.80, USOs ran $1.80. So a really great pattern there as well. Also, if you look at the QQQs today on the 15-minute time frame, you can see when we were making new highs here, I was jumping up and down like a baboon. The MACDs could not confirm the highs on the 15-minute time frame in a positive trend. It you can see here the push up here, but the 30-minute time frames could not confirm the highs here. You can see right here, this is the high at 11 o'clock, 676. 73. So both the 30 and the 15-minute MACDs could not confirm the highs, and we called the short right to the dime. Absolute Picasso, one Picasso after another. Absolutely amazing patterns there. Also, let's see here. The Russell, the IWMs reversing to sell on the 30-minute time frame. So the 30s reverse to sell. The 60s are still in buy mode, but when the 30s reverse to sell with the negative MACDs, you could take the short on the 15. That's exactly what happened at 278.43, and you can see the drop of about 90 cents here. So again, understanding how to use the conditions and understand the conditions and then follow the sequence of what to do next afterwards is very, very important. Okay. Let's see here. USOs were great. All right. Tesla. Oh, this is Bitcoin. I got to show you Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin, very, very, very bullish today here. But look at Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin pushed up on the 60-minute time frame. This is the exact same type of pattern I showed you on the USO. So when the MACDs are above my pivot line here, the algo reverses to buy. You could take the short on Bitcoin, right? It's pushing up into this negative MACD on the 60, right? Gets up to 80,500, and then boom, look at that, unbelievable. Drops about 1,000, 100 points, 1,000, almost 200, 1,200 points. All right. Then the strategy is you buy the first pullback on the 15-minute time frame. So this reverses to buy here at 11, and then you get the first pullback here on the 15, because after the 60 reverses to buy, it correlates with its 30, and then you buy the first pullback on the 15. Look at Bitcoin. Runs about 1,000 points here. You can see here 79,000 under 600, and then boom, here's 800 right there. And if you count the bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 900 points, about 1,000 points, 800 to 1,000 points. So again, you're getting oversold into the positive MACD on the 15. But remember, it's very powerful. I would not have taken that short, would not have said to take, I would be looking for that short if the MACDs were crossing up from below my pivot line. But since the MACDs were above my pivot on the 60, okay, the algorithm reverses to buy. As the price goes up, it's non-confirmation. You take the short, then you wait for the pullback on the 15. An absolute Picasso. Last but not least, Tesla. Reversing the buy here on the 15-minute time frame. It correlates with its 60. The 30 is still negative. And what do you look to do? Well, you look to buy the first pullback here on the 5, and then the second pullback on the 15. Tesla below 291. Boom, runs around $2.50, almost $3 there. So again, the way I'm teaching the methodology is basically understanding the condition and then understanding the next sequence of what to do next. When I get back, I'll tell you what I expect for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, we're in a mixed bag here. We have the spiders that are negative on the 15, 30, and 60-minute time frame. We have the Russell negative on the 30, the 15 and the 30. We have the diamonds that are negative on in my indicator 4 on the 15, 30, and 60. We have the QQQs negative on the 15, but bullish on the 30 and 60. This Nasdaq's the 8th wonder of the world. But I'll give you two numbers. 670.42 reverses the sell on the QQQs on the 30, and 668.16 reverses the sell on the 60-minute time frame. So again, we're going to be patient here. Everybody's looking to buy. You see how they drop and they rally right back up. But that might be coming to an end here soon. I think the market's very overextended here, especially if you see the weekly charts here. If you look at the weekly, this just looks like a 747 just floating in midair here. And you can see we're 32 points above the 10 bar. I would love to see 69.50 on the S&Ps, break 7,000 for a blip and then run right back up. I don't think we're going to touch the 6,300 number here. But again, you can see we're just floating here. We have a 96 overbought reading. Again, the MACDs are above the pivot with 32 points above from the 10 bar moving average. I don't know. I am short-term bearish, intermediate-term bullish, long-term I'm on the fence right now. A long term, probably if we get some aberrations, be bullish. But I have to right now. Let me just get through the short term and intermediate term, and I'll be very happy. Okay. All right. When I get back, I want to tell you the importance, okay, of learning how to scale in and scaling out, and also the importance of being able to use the DOM. So a lot of people who come to visit me from all around the world, yeah, they may know my methodology. They may know exactly what to do once the conditions are there, the patterns are there, and the scalp trades, okay? So we caught a really great scalp trade. There was about 2 billion shares for sale on the close. And at posted at 350, we got the push up on the S&Ps above 30, 30 and a half, 31. People got short, okay, and then it dropped down to 25 because it was about 2 billion for sale. Now, not all this was, this is all scalping, okay, and then they dropped about 4 to 6 handles on the S&P. Nasdaq dropped roughly around 45 points on that pattern. Now, the thing is that learning how to scale into the trade is very important. You have to determine how many contracts you want to take on the short and or long, and then executing those orders on the DOM, very important. As you're scaling in, you want to, if let's say I call a short range, 29 up to 36 on the S&P, maybe you sell some at 30, you go 32 or 32 and a half, and maybe you go 35. You try to scale in a certain amount of numbers. Now, you may not get to 35. I think the high was 31, but as long as you're in the game, okay, and let's say you sold 29 and a half, you sold 29s, or maybe you sold 30s. As it dropped, you look to cover and then lower your stop, and that's how it's done. But again, you can learn my methodology all you want. It's the scaling in and the scaling out, longs and or shorts, and the ability to work on the DOM is very, very important. Okay, that's the icing on the cake. Thank you for joining me tonight on The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please hit the subscribe button. Please leave a comment. If you'd like to join my community of traders from all around the world, please go to sktrading.live. Again, I do not DM anybody, so please don't get fooled by any fraudsters out there trying to take advantage of copying trading and asking for money. That's not me. I give out my personal cell phone number for a reason. Just call me, 914-500-7484 if you have a question or if you want a 5-day free trial. Please text me your full name and email, and I'll be happy to give it to you, okay? Also, if you'd like to follow me on social media, please follow me at official Stephen Kalayjian on X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And I hope to see you tonight. And please don't get scammed or fooled by anybody. You have my personal cell phone number. I give it out for a reason. I'm there to help you. I want to see you all succeed. Have a great night, everybody. God bless you. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. Have a great night. I'll see you tonight.